Hi, I'm Patrick McLennan with the scoop on next week's big soaps. There's a run on cheap fizz and hair extensions in Walford next week when Ronnie and Jack plan to marry, and Alfie and Kat renew their vows. But in typically happy never after style, there's trouble brewing. Roxy can't afford to pay for her sister's due and resorts to gambling on a horse. That's never going to work. But desperate Roxy has another cunning plan that involves Alfie, and like an angel of good fortune, it works. But where's Jack? The clock is ticking and he's disappeared with Max to put the frighteners on horrible Harry. Only Jack ends up being abducted by two men. Meanwhile, Alfie, touched by Roxy's tale of how Ronnie protected her from Archie, donates his and Kat's food and flowers, and throws in a bus too. So Ronnie heads off to the wedding not knowing that Jack is missing, while Roxy asks Billy to look after the cash for the wedding. What a palaver. But there's more. Furious Kat calls off a wedding when she learns that Alfie gave away their food and flowers. Thankfully, Stacey manages to convince Kat that Alfie's the best thing since self-tanning spray, while Alfie does his best to get the wedding back on track. Can he? Will Jack escape his two captors? And will Billy do something stupid with the money? Tune in next week for all the drama. Next, we're up Salford way. There are more icons in Weatherfield than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's fair to say Jack Duckworth is the crown prince among pigeon fanciers. So they'll be as saddened as we Corrie fans when Jack quietly takes off on that flight path, never to return home. Early in the week, Tyrone and Molly have organised a surprise party for Jack and the Rovers. But Jack uses the occasion to tell Molly he knows all about Kevin's DNA test and implores her to leave the street with Tyrone. Jack returns home and falls asleep, and by the time Tyrone and Molly return, he's passed away. The news casts a sombre shadow over the street, which isn't helped when all Kevin can worry about is if Jack told anyone about the baby. Nick and Leanne are growing ever closer, and after the success of opening night at the Viaduct, one thing leads to another while Peter is busy keeping Carla off the top shelf. They toast the success of the bar and can't help but give in to their passion, just as Rosie Webster returns for her missing phone. She's got form, that one. Wonder how long she'll keep it zipped. Finally, we're in the Dales. Watch out, ladies. Paddy goes out on the pool to cheer up a broken-hearted Marlon. But Rona is devastated when Paddy's conquest shows up in the village the next day. Rona's forced to admit her true feelings, and Paddy can't resist kissing her, but he says that's enough. He can't betray his mate. It's a very messy triangle. Rona feels isolated from Paddy, while he's awkward around Marlon, who's blissfully unaware of anything. Meanwhile, Jackson is cleared of head injuries, but faces major surgery and is understandably nervous. Aaron waits anxiously for Jackson to return, and when he does, there's more waiting until he comes around. It's not good news when he does. Jackson fights back tears as he reveals he can't feel anything below his neck. The consultant reveals to Aaron it's likely that Jackson will remain paralysed from the shoulders down. Horrible news. And when Aaron gets the courage to tell him, he doesn't take it well. Jackson tells Aaron it's all his fault and he never wants to see him again.